Today we're talking about this beast here, the Fujifilm GFX100RF. I've been using it for the past 2 months, and let me tell you, it's been both inspiring and frustrating at times. In this video, I'll break down the pros, the cons, and most importantly, help you figure out if this medium format camera is right for you. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. My name is FREDRANGER, and I'm a street and travel photographer and visual storyteller based in Montreal, Canada. And I'm also the host of the Visual Storytelling Podcast. I'll put the link down below. It's good stuff, I promise. Go subscribe. This camera, guys, it isn't for everyone, but after 2 months of living with it, literally, thank you Fujifilm Canada, I can tell you that it changed how I think about photography in both good and frustrating ways. Let's start with what makes this camera so special. First, we got to address it. 102, I think, megapixel on a medium format sensor. Well, it gives you that mind-blowing detail and dynamic range that you won't find anywhere else. The files coming out of this thing feel almost, I want to say, cinematic, for lack of a better word. It's about that shadow recovery that you can beautifully bring back, and the highlights roll off in a way that's just like creamy. I'll put some example on screen and you can judge by yourself, but I really enjoyed that part. The second aspect, the form factor. Look at this. This is a medium format body, the GFX100RF. It's surprisingly small for what it is. When you look at it, it feels like a chunky full frame mirrorless camera. Remember the X Pro series? If we ever get an X Pro 4, fingers crossed. This actually resembles it, but it's a bit more chunkier. It doesn't scream pro camera, which made me more comfortable shooting street and travel. So I wouldn't mind bringing that on my travels. It doesn't even have a logo here. It actually has it on top. So very well thought out, and I really enjoyed that wheel. Yes, you can always go in the menu and change the format, but this gives you different aspect ratio, and you won't find that again on any other cameras, and I really enjoyed that part. Third, we gotta say it, the Fujifilm colors, right? So from classic chrome to pro neg and the newer film simulations, well, it make this camera a dream for straight out of camera shooters like me. I don't spend hours editing when I use Fujifilm cameras. The colors were already there. Well, let's talk about the cons. Some stuff that drove me crazy. It's not all perfect here. There are a few things that make me question if this is the right tool for somebody like me. First, the autofocus. It's fine, but coming from cameras like the Leica Q2 or the Sony A7 series, it feels really a step behind, especially for fast-moving subjects. Again, you might not buy this camera to photograph fast-moving subjects, and the tracking is improved over older GFX bodies, but it's still not ideal, especially in dynamic situation and even on the street. Secondly, the files, right? 100 megapixel raw files. It's an advantage because you get so much detail, but the files are enormous. So you need fast cards, you need a powerful computer, and a lot of storage. And a lot of people buy these cameras without thinking about it, and they just use an old computer, and it just gets burned every time they want to edit their files, or they run out of storage because these files are massive. So it might be an overkill for most use cases or casual use. And third, the price, right? So this is a 7,000 Canadian dollar operation and $5,000 US. It's not cheap, right? So this is not an impulse buy. And while it's cheaper than the GFX100 which was a very good camera also, it's in that price category that begs the question, do you really need a medium format fixed lens f4 type of tool in your arsenal? So it begs that question. If you're loaded and you can just spend your money like you wish, please be my guest and buy 3 of those. But if you're a conscious photographer that is on a budget, you might want to consider other options, especially now that full frame and even APS-C is so good these days. Not saying that you're gonna get the same result, but you're probably fine with something a little bit less intense in terms of the price and the features that you're getting. So who is this camera for? Well, if you're a portrait, landscape, studio photographer who wants the ultimate image quality in a relatively small package, this might be the dream tool for you. And you don't have to fiddle with lenses and so on. There's a pretty decent lens attached to the camera at all times. But if you're more into street photography, travel, and hybrid photo and video work, we didn't talk about video because I wouldn't use this camera for video, but it has some very good video specs too. But there are better, faster, and more versatile options out there for less money, quite frankly. So it really is a personal choice. For me, the GFX100RF is like, I guess, driving a classic car. It's not about speed or convenience, it's more about the experience and the feel of making images. Well guys, those are my thoughts after 2 months with the GFX100RF. What do you think? Is this the kind of camera that you're considering adding to your bag? Or is medium format still too niche for most photographers? I'm interested in understanding your point of view on this beautiful camera. It's going back to Fuji, of course. This is not a paid review, I just want to mention it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification to know when I drop my next video. I've got plenty of videos planned. By the way, I'm going on a trip and I'm going to bring an array of cameras and some nice lenses, so I'm going to do a video about that. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when I drop this video. There's going to be some surprise in there. So until then, I've been FREDRANGER. Please enjoy life, be happy, and enjoy your medium format camera. Cheers.